Good afternoon. I hope you had a great Friday. It turned out warm again and windy, and some of those temperatures even hit 90 or higher toward Falfurrias. 95 degrees was the high temperature today, while Robstown hit 82 degrees, including Corpus Christi at 81, and right along the coast staying in those 70s with the fog and low clouds this morning. Well, the fog and low clouds, they've lifted a little bit. We've had some sunshine at the coastline, certainly not much. And at Rockport right now, we're at 78 degrees. We have a 15-mile-an-hour wind. The wind is stronger, though, as you head inland. Beeville at 21-mile-an-hour winds at 79 right now. A lot of cloud cover in Beeville as well, but we're seeing a little more sunshine from our live weather network in Kingsville, where it's 82 degrees, that 20-mile-an-hour wind. And take a look at Corpus Christi's wind, the airport. 30-mile-an-hour winds right now. Winds really blowing out there, but at least we're seeing some sunshine. We also have a lot of humidity, as you can see from the dew points, in the upper 60s. Well, the clouds are here, but there's no rain in the coastal bend, and tonight those low clouds will thicken up again and move inland, so we're not expecting much in the way of clearing, although just brief clearing again tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, as we look to the north, we're seeing some pretty active weather developing, moving out of Mexico. Big upper level low spinning to the west here is causing a surface front that's going to track to the northeast, and that stormy weather tonight will track across the northern part of our state. There's even a tornado watch issued here in the Permian Basin, where they have the highest risk near Midland and just south of severe storms that could produce tornadoes tonight. This is from any time from now into the overnight hours, as that chance also will spread all the way over to Dallas. There's a lower chance of severe weather. We're not included in that. In fact, hardly any rain is in our forecast, just a lot of cloud cover. And tonight we'll have just that. It's still going to be breezy tonight, too, with 69 degrees for the low. We're not cooling down much tonight, and it's another warm day inland tomorrow. High temperatures reaching into the mid to upper 80s in our inland areas tomorrow. Corpus Christi 82 and Port Aransas with 74 degrees at the beaches, where there won't be a lot of sunshine. Future winds. It was windy today. Tomorrow, it's not going to be quite as strong. This is tonight. You can see we still have a pretty good breeze blowing tonight. It's going to be breezy and warm for your overnight hours. And then as we go through Saturday, those winds start to come up to about 20 miles an hour again in the afternoon. Still very breezy tomorrow afternoon and again Sunday. And it's also going to be mostly cloudy. So if you're heading to the beaches, don't expect much sunshine. There may be a few peaks out there tomorrow. We're also looking at a moderate rip current risk as that wind picks up a bit in the afternoon. We'll see those winds up to 18 miles an hour at the beaches. And unfortunately, we still have a lot of pollen in the air, and those pollen counts stay high all the way into next week as our spring-like weather pattern continues. Speaking of which, take a look at this pattern. Over the next several days, we're not going to see much change because we're under this ridge of high pressure aloft. This is giving us that sinking air and warming up the surface temperatures. Now, this is also keeping the storm track to our north. One thing we're going to be watching is these areas of low pressure. Another one develops this weekend and digs to the southwest. That next week, as it moves to the north and east, is actually going to bring a pretty good swath of severe weather. That includes the Lone Star State next week. As we start spring, we may be talking severe storms from San Antonio northward up to the Midwest as that low moves east. For us, what are we looking at? Not much, but I think that late next week we might get in on the tail end of that. As the cold front gets close to us, we might pick up a couple of showers. With that, here's your 7-day forecast then. As you'll notice, there isn't a lot of change in the forecast, just very warm, humid, and breezy days all the way into next week, warming up a little more by next Tuesday, and then late next week we'll look for that chance of a few storms.